Are we connected? Am I online? I don't know what happened. The internet was just like, okay, you don't get to be on the internet anymore. Like, excuse you? This is my house. I live here. You might have to refresh the page. Okay. I am so sorry. But yeah, when I downloaded Tato's English, I'd never used Vocaloid, I'd never used Utao, I barely knew how any of this worked, so... So yeah, it was... Whew. But yeah, welcome back, everyone! I'm sorry that my internet was... being pissy. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Alright, yeah. Sorry about that, folks. What is that? What is... Okay. I'm just gonna... There we go. Open this up a bit so that it does more stuff. I'm getting really upset with you. I think it's because, okay, so when I went to college, my college forced me to install Trend Micro, an antivirus software. A very bad antivirus software, by the way. But I had to, or else they wouldn't let me on the internet. Like, literally, if you tried to connect to the Wi-Fi, it would be like, well, you don't have Trend Micro, so nope. And, that was not fun. Actually, honestly, I'm gonna, okay, so I know I'm gonna be able to get Amy out of this next recording, so I'm going to do that instead and delete this one. Yeah. And the thing is, I never got around to getting rid of it. And because of this, you know, when it updates, it tends to mess up things. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's not gonna be fun to fix. Yes, I no longer go to college, by the way. I dropped out so that I could take some time for myself. Normally I would never make the pre-utterance this big, but look at this! What am I supposed to do? Look. Why would you hold an M for that long? So yeah, it keeps blipping at me that antivirus is turned off because Trend Micro keeps trying to update itself and it's shit. Wait. Hold on. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Yeah, I had the beta version, I guess. The unreleased version, anyways, of Rain's English Bank that you are listening to here. And I wanted to use it for something. I'm getting really upset with this voice provider. I can't remember if Violin recorded this or if his friend did. But, why would you hold an M for this long? Like, listen to this. Why would you hold the M for that long? It's gonna sound like crap in Utao. It doesn't matter how you Oto it. You can't... It's VCV. You can't deal with that. Like, they're gonna need some really hefty consonant velocity to use this bank effectively. Also, hello, Metal Harmony, and welcome to the stream. I am Otoing. You can find more information on Otoing, and by that I mean like all the information you would ever need to know about Otoing in the tutorial link below. Yeah! Like, why? I'm gonna get it from here, actually. Also, they had the consonant as the same value as the pre-utterance, and technically you can do that, but I hate it. It bothers me. I mean, I know they recorded at a lower BPM than I usually record at. But, like, still, you shouldn't hold the consonant that long. Ever. Yeah. Yeah, no, just make sure that you start at number 1 and you work your way forward. They're numbered for a reason. So the numbers, you start at the first one and then you go, because I teach a lot of basic stuff in the earlier tutorials, and the later tutorials just sort of assume you know. Alright, this is not Emi, this is Emu. I want Emi, because I duplicated it from this one. There we go. There we go. Oh geez, is OBS on the... Okay, sometimes OBS's settings mess up, and I just want to make sure that because you weren't here for this metal, but like a minute or so ago, the internet just sort of died. Like literally, I got booted out of my Wi-Fi connection for no reason in particular. Which is sad, because it looks like the stream's been going fairly well so far, so I don't know if it was a bandwidth thing or what was going on there, but... I don't know, sometimes it just kind of shits itself and you just gotta deal with it. That's also the nice thing about CPVC is if you record your consonants and hold out your M's for impossibly long stretches of time. Yes, it is. This actually isn't emo. This is my cover with Ophelia. But yeah, with CVVC, you can actually kind of limit how long the consonant actually ends up being in Utao. Yeah. Yeah, I had had their satellite bank for a long time, and I never did anything with it, and I was like, you know, the original song was with Emo. It's time to use Alf. Mm-hmm. Look at this M. That's like the size of a half note. Like, half of the note is just M. Why would you do that? Why would anyone do that? I also recommend recording Utaos at faster BPMs. Like, I recommend recording an Utao at 120, because it's not too fast to sing, but it's also not slow enough that it'll sound weird in Utao, because, like, every Vocaloid song is fast, y'all. Like, don't record slowly. It'll sound bad. Ugh. They're gonna need to, like, when somebody uses its bank, they are going... They're going to need... Yeah, it looks kind of intimidating at first, but, like, really, it's not that hard. Like, once you learn what everything means, it's just like, oh, just gotta change this and put that there, and, yeah, and we're done. That's it. Yeah. Well, and that's sort of the trade-off, I guess. But, I mean, honestly, everything sounds weird to me in tips. I don't like tips very much. It just... To me, it sounds way too auto-tuny and awful. Like, no matter what bank you use. But yeah, having longer vowels is fine, it's just that you don't want to make your consonants this fucking long! Because that's gonna sound like your Utao is drunk. Unless you set the consonant velocity to like 175. I mean, I don't know. Why would I get paid to Oto? The only thing I would say is that you don't try to auto R pacing at 120. It will not go very well. Honestly, I could barely record it at 90. Like, it's just a bitch to record. I will say though, for like a CV bank, you want to hold out the vowel for a good amount of time, just because it's CV, and you should take whatever quality you can get. The other thing is the first recording tutorial I watched was CCV recording tutorial. So I was just like, oh, 120, that must be a good average BPM to record at, and it worked for me, so I never questioned it. And then I'd start talking to other people, and they're like, why do you record so fast? And I'm like, that's not fast.
I've been thinking, I'm not half the man I used to be. 'Cause my world is shrinking, and I've succumbed to conformity. And I wanna feel what life is like when I'm not stranded in my own grind. So I'm running away, I'm running away. So don't call, I won't pick up the phone. Let me fall, let me die all alone. I can't see what my life has in store. I'm calling, but don't stop me before I fall. I've been thinking that this headache is killing me. 'Cause my ears are ringing, hearing all about the past of me. And I wanna feel what life is like when I'm not drowning in my own lies. So I'm...
By the way, everything in this playlist is a cover of mine. Specifically a cover of mine that I don't mind listening to. There are a few that I'd never want to hear again. I think we all have those, where it's just like, man, I made this like 5 years ago and it's shit. Except I haven't been there a year that long. I've only been here for like 2 years, but you get the idea.
When I'm not trying to fix my pride, so I'm running away. I'm running away. So don't call, I won't pick up the phone. Let me fall, let me die all alone. So don't call.
Yeah.
I'm leaving you alone. Let me fall, let me die on my own. You can't see, it's in the blood I don't need. I'm calling, but don't stop me. Please don't, before I fall.
I will say though, we've only got about 300 lines left of this one. So I don't know if I'm gonna end the stream when I'm done with this, or if I'm gonna switch over to Cherry's last R pacing pitch and suffer.
'Cause I won't be there. My only life
I was like, here's the deal. You've all probably noticed my extreme distaste for art pacing. When it was new, when it just came out, when I just heard of it, I was like, okay, it's like 200 recordings, I'll give this a shot. This was ages ago. This was like right before I released... This was before I started Otoing voice banks. Like, this was back when I released Bunny's first 2 voice banks with more sampler Otos. Like, to give you an idea of how little I was expecting what I was in for. Because Bunny's more sampler Otos worked fine, for the most part. Until I went in there and started working on them myself, and I was like, wait, why would you do this? Why would you do this? So basically, I recorded... Alright, good night! Okay, so basically I recorded 3 VCV pitches of a power voice bank that I was going to call, for a new town I was going to call Cherry. And, I threw him in more sampler, the more sampler Otos came out fine, and then art pacing came out. And I was like, alright, why don't I add some, there's like 200 recordings, why don't I just add some art pacing in there for some English, and then she can be bilingual, and it'll be cool, and you won't even have to switch voice banks to use the English and Japanese, you can use them together if you wanted. And I thought, alright, great, let's do it, and I recorded 3 pitches of art pacing. And then I discovered that, you know, it's probably for the best that I Oto everything, instead of just trusting the more sampler Oto. So I thought to myself, alright, fine. The VCV more sampler Otos were fine. I'm sure the art pacing Oto will be the same thing, and I'll just have to, like, slightly adjust everything, and it'll be fine, and it'll be done. No. I could not have been more wrong. First of all, there was no instructions anywhere. And second of all, the base Oto that it gave me was terrible. And third of all, a lot of the recordings were not what I thought they should have been. Because art pacing, the words they used in the rec list have some strange expected pronunciations. And so long story short, Cherry has been in purgatory until, like, just now. Yesterday when I finished her last Japanese pitch Oto. And so she has 1 art pacing pitch Oto left. And we're gonna hope that it doesn't sound like shit, because if it does, I'm releasing it anyway. I don't give a shit. I'm done. I've been hanging on to this voice bank for like a year. Like, I started her right about when I released Bunny's 2.5 VCV. If that gives you any idea of the timeline here. And I actually re-recorded her entirely, because 1, my Japanese pronunciation improved, and 2, I couldn't Oto art pacing that was recorded at 120 BPM because it was just way too fast. Like all the consonants ran into each other, there was barely any vowel space, it was terrible. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, it kinda does. But yeah, so I re-recorded her Japanese for pronunciation, and I re-recorded her art pacing at 90 instead of 120 because it was just impossible to Oto otherwise. I also limited the duplicates in our art pacing banks to 5 maximum. Because let me tell you, you want to limit your duplicates. Like, seriously, it makes like 100 copies of some of the more common sounds, and it just frustrates me to hell and back that they allowed their rec list to have that many redundant sounds, but they did not include semi-common consonants like CH and J. with vowel combinations sometimes. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that frustrates me the most about our pacing, is that it was a really good concept, and it was executed extremely poorly. The other thing that annoys me about our pacing is that, alphabet is a terrible phonetic system. It makes no sense in any context.
Yeah. Turn up the volume. I said it's a beautiful day. We're pointing our heads. In all respect, I could see the end of a beautiful day. We're screaming again. We're screaming again. We're screaming again. And through the volume, I said, we've seen enough. And on the screen, as clear as can be, it's a colorful display. We're screaming again. We're screaming again. We're screaming again. If it's too hard to tell, we'll wake up in a singular reality.
Yeah, I'm just thankful that there's a tool out there to manually number and delete duplicates. And I use it all the damn time. Like, it was intended to be used for, get this, an index file so that you can make an R-pacing bank out of VCCV recordings. Which just seems like the worst idea in the history of mankind. Like, why would you take the hard recording path and the hard otoing path at the same time? It's like it combines the two worst parts of each bank. But anyways, that's what it was made for. But you can use it with any bank at all. I use it to get the duplicates out of my VCV base otos. The only thing is, if you want to use that to number and limit duplicates, don't add a suffix when you're generating the base oto, because otherwise it'll put the duplicate numbers after the suffix. Instead, there's an automatic oto suffixer I use. I guess Sepram can also do it too, but it's kind of complicated and I never bothered to learn it, because it's just like... Or I could just download this batch file in exe, put them in the folder with my oto, and run them. The end. And I linked to both on my site when I was, in the, I believe it's the 4th tutorial, or the 5th one, which tells you how to, I know it's in Unit 2, and it's about auto-generating base otos. And at the bottom of the, at the end of the tutorial, I go over, you know, this is how you limit the duplicates. I also made an auxiliary lesson on automatic oto suffixer, So yeah, that's how I got Cherry's base otos, is I ran them through More Sampler because you don't have a choice. No suffix, no numbered duplicates. Then I limited the duplicates to 5 and had the program delete everything else. And then I suffixed the pitches.
In the telecast for you to see, for you to see, to see. 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 For you to see, to see.
Because, like, that's the one advantage our pacing has. That's, like, the one benefit to using our pacing, is there's so few recordings. That's the only thing that's good about our pacing. Everything else sucks. like our pacing was a mistake.
At the end of the storybook, here I stand.
Alright.
What
What do we got left? The R's. That's gonna suck. W, not a problem. Some vowel strings. Oh god. Ugh, I don't want to dodo this. My god. This, by the way, for a VCV voice bank, this is rather meaty. Like, this is almost twice the size of a normal VCV voice bank. Between the VCs and the CVs, and, all the extra consonants and all the alternate aliases that he added. Yeah, this is a really beefy bank. Most Otos will not be this size. Like, for example, my VCV rec list, which is on the site as well, all of my rec lists are. I finally got around to posting them. That one comes to about 1,000. Actually, if you alias the end breaths and everything the exact way that I did with Bunny, it comes to 1,000 lines exactly. This bank has 1,628 lines. A CVVC pitch, it kind of varies a bit on the rec list, but it shouldn't be. It's about between 300 and 400 lines. Like they're about a third of the size of a VCV bank.
And the author has left her spot blank in the place my heart's supposed to be.
And then CV I could Oto in my sleep, like literally. It's so easy. It's so quick. You just. There's like 100 lines. I can do it in an hour. I mean, even VCCV, like if it's recorded at 120 BT with the CZ's music and everything, it's not bad. Like I can just, like with the bass Oto, I can just rush through it like nobody's business. Like that bass Oto is very well constructed. Of course, it's constructed for set param. Never Oto VCCV in Utah. Why would you do that to yourself? I've heard of people doing that before, and it's just like, oh honey, no.
I think I want myself to take. What can I say? I'm not the real one. How can I take the happy end if not mine? This is not my story. This is not my story.
Yeah, for real. Like, unless I'm, like, using somebody else's Utao, or an Utao I didn't Oto, and I'm going through a UST and then something sounds weird, I'm not gonna Oto in Utao. Like, that's the only situation where I would ever use Utao to Oto, is if I'm making a UST and then, oh, that sounds weird, checks the Oto. Tries to fix it as best I can.
Yo.
Oh, God. What is that?
And plug them up the memories, tear them out and make up for forgotten years. Pull them out and plug them up the memories, tear them out and on the count of three you need to get out. 1, 2, 4, you sure convince me. I don't want eating veg and crying. Oh my God, you're crying again.
Ours kind of suck because you never really know how somebody decided to pronounce them that time. Like, especially mine. My R's suck. That's just gonna have to stay that way. I don't wanna mess with that. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the only situation in which Otoing and Utao is easier and more convenient than in set param, is when you're halfway through a UST and something sounds wrong. And plug them up the memories, tear them out and make up for forgotten years. Pull them out and plug them up the memories, tear them out and. Yeah. Yeah. I was really bad about tinkering with Otos in my younger days. Like, I'm pretty sure both English Emily and Ritsu's basic CVVC, not Eve, the one that's just labeled as CVVC on their website. I'm pretty sure at this point they both have almost entirely custom Otos, because I was just like, well, I need this to work differently. Here we go! And then I got my hand, then I got in like elbow deep and started tinkering around. Now this is the part I was dreading. The RYs, just fuck them. First of all, they're impossible to say. I don't know how people pronounce these in a natural fashion. And second of all, since they're so hard to say, they're hard to Oto because people say them weird. Stop! Just work with me! Set for him, why? Why? Also Emo, I've been messing with Emo's VCCV Oto a lot because they were Otoed by, she was Otoed by Ryan Kuhn, and Ryan Kuhn has no idea how to Oto a VCCV thing. As is evident from me looking at his VCCV Oto. Just don't do that. And would you do that? It's like he Otos it like it's some kind of CVVC Japanese bank, and you can't do that. You just can't do that. It won't work right. You'll end up with envelope trouble, because English banks end up with a lot of notes in one syllable, and then that causes just a little more tight. Yeah, but you see, we don't see it as an R, we see it as a T or a D, and that makes it hard to switch it over. Like, if you listen to my old English covers, they're all enunciated way too hard, because what I knew about singing was from my choir teacher, and my choir teacher said if you don't use the hard T for everything, you will die. And also because I was treating the spelling too literally, and I still have that problem. Like, it's funny how we learn the way that they teach you language in school is not the way that language actually works. Like, I listen to some of my older English covers, and like the T's just like stab me in the ear. Yeah. And like, that works really well in a choir. In a pop song, it just sounds grating. In a pop Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking with these end VCs. Like, what does that mean? I'm just gonna leave it there, and he can figure it out when he gets to that point. By the way, I was given very little instruction when he gave me this West Bank. Actually, he said it was a VCV bank, and then I get in there, and there's CD and VCs. And I'm like, hey, you owe me more money. Because this bank is almost twice as big as what I was expecting. Yeah. Yeah, it's a more appropriate term would be VCV VC. Like, it's definitely a hybrid of VCV and CVVC. And it has end consonants, which makes it that much bigger.
Yeah.
And I hate doing that too, like when somebody already paid for their Oto and then I have to come back and be like, actually it costs more. Like, I feel like that makes me look like a dick. But I mean, what am I supposed to do? You gave me twice as much as what you said you were giving me. Okay, come on, man. Oh yes. Actually, I was planning an English cover with Bunny and Kanagi, but I just never got around to it. Not this year for Halloween, though. Because I already know what I'm doing this year for Halloween. And I can't tell you, it's a secret. But yeah, it's pretty clear to me that this was intended to be in multi-lane bank. Alright, I will give you a hint. It will be a custom UST. There's not a UST from this song already. It's an English song, and it comes from a member of Otoing Human Project. Yeah, it's gonna be lit, I promise. But no further information from me on that. Also, I intended to do something for April 1st this year, but I totally whiffed it. Like, it just snuck up on me and I had no idea. Last year was brilliant, though. Next year, I don't know. Maybe I'll finish what I started from this year. That was way too late. If I don't finish it earlier. I'm just upset because it was also Tato's 10th birthday. Like, how did I do that? I don't know what you want from me with these. Like, what? How do you end in a Y? That's another easy way to get you motivated to finish an Oto, is just like, once you get within like 400 lines of the ending, just be like, almost done, every 5 minutes, even though you still have like 200 lines to go. I'm mostly just taking comfort in the fact that no one will actually use the RY endings. Because, what would you use them for? What even is that? I'll also do that when I'm otoing, like if I'm otoing like an extra sound, I'll just be like, well, no one's gonna use this anyway, so. Okay, it dropped for a bit. But we're back. Only thing you missed was me saying I'm just confused as to what this language is for. There's no L's. Why would you add every other consonant? I mean, it's obviously not English. Because, like, it's missing every English-specific consonant, but, like, it's not Spanish either. So Spanish has L's. I'm just a little confused is all. There's no L's. They added as a consonant, and they added sh, and they added like all sorts of other things, but not L. And that's just odd to me. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. I gotta refresh my Creator Studio. It didn't pick up the new stream. It just died when the stream dropped. Also, by the way, I just showed that CVV because YouTube thought it was spam. And yeah. You gotta admit, Utao speaks sounds like gibberish unless you're one of us. Oh no. That's fine. And It's fine. This one now, this is probably the best mix I've ever produced in my life. And the thing is, this UST was a commission. Like, I didn't decide to cover this song. I was paid to cover this song. Like, this is one of my best covers, and it wasn't even my idea. We do, by the way, we do have 200 lines left, about. It's like the R's and then like all those weird consonants. There's the R's, that one W string, all the weird consonants, and then some glottal stops. They included, NG, or they included, zh. They included a bunch of consonants that you don't normally include in Japanese banks. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what this bank is intended for. Like tu and du and all that, whatever, I've seen that before. But this is like NG, a lot of this, and it's just a bunch of stuff you don't normally put in a Japanese bank. Also, every breath known to mankind. Also, every breath. But there's no L's. That's what gets me. Like, if you're gonna include a bunch of non-standard vowels in your Japanese bank, why wouldn't you put in L? It's used in loanwords all the time. It makes the English capabilities better, like Spanish. Like, all this bank needs to be Spanish compatible is L's and rolling R's. But there's no else. And respectfully. Because, I mean, it's obviously expected to be more than just a Japanese bank, but... Like, I can't really figure out what this was intended for. I mean, it's obviously supposed to be multi-lang, or at least multi-lang compatible, but there's no else. There's no else. You taste like buttercream. You're filling up my senses with empty calories. I feel like I'm just missing. Yeah, maybe. Something whenever you leave. You've got But it's the only R sound in the entire bank. Like that's it. There weren't rolling R's or English R's. I'm just confused. like, why not L though? Yeah, and it kind of is. Like, if you think about it, you kind of put your tongue like halfway between an R and an L. Yeah. English is like a unholy abomination of sounds that don't really need to exist. Like literally, it started in Britain and Ireland in that area, and then it just sort of swept this way and Frankenstein pieces of other languages onto itself. Like, its two biggest roots are Latin and Germanic. Those roots contrast quite a bit. But also, it has traces of Spanish, French, like pretty much every European language, Latin, and whatever else it managed to pick up along the way to America. And honestly, the English R is so hard to produce. It has no right to exist. That's the other Japanese sound that's hard for English speakers to pronounce. Oh. Because we don't... The only O sound we use in English is O, you know, it's the diphthong. Half of people don't even realize it's a diphthong, because that's all we do. We do use the non-diphthong version when it comes, like, in or L, or O. But, like... Other than that, it's a diphthong. And so when you see this, you think, oh! That's the O sound. But it's not. It's just O. There's no oo. Well, like I said, kind of. We also tend to use it in... It's... that one leans more towards ah. That one leans more towards ah. Like, it's more open. At least in the more American accent. English and European accents have more... are a little bit different. I will say that the ah in stop is closer to the... is different than the ah in all. Like, all is different than, like, an ah sound elsewhere. But it, again, it's hard for people to realize that. Man, ends are so nice to Oto. How did I Oto the other isolated vowels? Was it something like this, or did I do my own thing? I can't remember. Yeah, I think I just left it that way. Yep. I have covered basically every song she's ever produced, except the newest one and Black Ink Words, because I didn't feel like converting a DSQ. Wait, shit. There we go.
It feels like my heart is aching, my mind is aching, my sleep is breaking. It's degrading me.
And yeah, that's another reason why alphabet is so confusing to me, because the OA phoneme, I don't know what it's supposed to be, because they use it for both the sound in fall and the sound in full. And they're not the same. they're not the same. They're not the same. Like in Cece's phonemes, she splits those into two different phonemes because in American English they're not the same. You can tell they were a little more relaxed when they recorded these because the spacing between the consonant, the spacing is much more natural. Like that's about how much space you can expect between a vowel and a T. I don't know, especially at a lower BPM. Some of these are just spaced in crazy fashions. Okay, now riddle me this. Why do these only have ending consonants and not blending ones? Like, what is happening here? Like, and look at the values, it almost seems like he was... Because you noticed all the other VCs had their values fixed to reflect that. They weren't just the straight up VCV values. I don't know what's going on with this.
And now I can't believe that dreams become reality. I'll be like them set free. Sunny fine blue, it's shimmering, shining white, I love the free. Just one by time resolute, love will have to be so cute. In one shot, I've been taking the love so much right through me. See my heart is throbbing, my body can't keep up with the beat. You reach me, that's on me, no don't enchant me. Once again I'm trusting, all you do is let me alone. Like a forbidden fruit, I can't help but be drawn to. The sun is ringing low, I have to pierce it on a row.
And like the other thing that, what is this recording? Because like I said, I automatically got rid of all the duplicates. Which means that all of the aliases for this recording were already used in the Oto before this point. So let's hear what this is supposed to be. If I can, there we go.
D G A D U G A G.
It's like they were trying to pronounce D and J at the same time without realizing that that's exactly how J's are pronounced anyway. This rec list is probably the strangest Japanese rec list I've ever seen. The good news is after this I get to work on one of Aerosphinx, the VCV one. I Otoed his Tagalog a bit ago. He might have been there for that. I don't know who was there for that. But yes, I Otoed to Tagalog Bank, even though I know exactly nothing about Tagalog. Because basically I was just like, alright, this is CVVC with ending consonants, I'm gonna figure this out, and it came out very well. How does one... Sure. Wait, no, that's not even close to where it should be. Yeah, no. And you know what? If he doesn't like how these ones are Otoed, it's because he never told me they were in the voice bank in the first place. Or what to do with them, also, as well. Okay, which ones are these again? Right. I can tell they were struggling to record those. Because one of them was just straight up a G. Yep.
Eternity is not as bad as it seems when you're not raining green. I'm reacting, but there is just one thing that makes it less entering when I go closer.
I got confused for a second. I'll tell you what though, that's the hardest part of doing Oto commissions, by far, is just having to Oto recordings that you would have re-recorded. Honestly though, after I finish this, I'm probably gonna have to end the stream because it's kinda getting late.
Tears are gone, 'cause I found what I want. Oh my god, go like this pizza. Yay! Tonight, she can story. I'm not about tragedy. Through 10 centuries, this leading, stalking the lies, hiding in the shadows. You adore you, hurting down through the you, trying to stop your home, tell you, Jesus to tell to follow you.
You.
Don't know where I am. Forgot what's happened. My head won't stop banging, and everything is blurring. Can't let it get to me. Hold on to reality. Once I come to it, I'm not going to quit.
Oh my god. Well, we're almost done. We've got about 100 left. Ugh! My internet is just being unbearable. Like, literally 5 minutes, I opened my Creator Studio to check on the stream health, and it was fine. Next thing I know, I'm out of the internet. Good enough. Yeah, because after this it's just the zh sounds. And the breaths. And no knowing and breaths is a piece of cake, but that's not good.
I don't want your sympathy, excuses and apologies. I know you're just using me. Let I forgive you again. My heart and mind are not in sync. Win me over with anything. The summer breeze that carried these memories of mine. The winter chill that froze them in time. Ah, I don't want your sympathy, excuses and apologies. I know
Alright.
you're just using me. Yet I forgive you. Wanting, panicking, overblown, the little things. I know that I'm being irrational, but I can't let it go.
Agir. Ja, 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 ji, ja, ju, ja.
At least these are being relatively easy to Oto, like they didn't hold the consonant for an obnoxiously long amount of time.
The moon it shines, oh so bright, up above, shining brighter than yours.
Easy.
Umbrella at your side, it's raining, but you close it tight.
And how are you? Birds of ketchup passing through.
Those heels that you like are soaking, but is that alright? Let out a sigh for another day, the same as the last. How about you try a little and change it up from the past?
Alright, see you, Ario.
Is that almost that you can dream or wanted to see? But look around,
Dance the countdown,
the world is now
still going round.
just feel it down.
We're skyward bound.
Move at the top speed of sound. Running through another day. I wanna break away and take the lead.
Do 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 do.
Oh, 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 oh. As there's stuck on every day. No sun to rest would be okay with me.
Do 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 do.
Every day is okay. Taking it step by step. We'll always move ahead. Our love is following red. Need more, need more. You fall down 7 more times. I'll be there 7, 8, 9. As we keep trying, we'll find. We're always singing the same tune.
Now falling to her side, the drops of rain that liquid light.
Stealing a glance to the cat who turns his
Their
head.
heads starting to sink. This boredom is too hard to fight. Just spinning lies with the only thread of kindness he saved. Or if we're blind, and the truth is just a painting in gray. Drowning us out, all the noisy drops of fall in the rain. But fingertips trace every line and open my eyes, all painted blue.
I'll play that too.
I'm wishing to,
Here's something new.
it will come true.
With me and you.
And then we'll find.
Finally break through. Swinging through all of the way. I wanna break away and take the lead.
Do 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 do.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Since we're going anyway, no room to rest would be okay with me.
Do 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 do.
Every night is alright. Taking it step by step. We'll always move ahead. Our love is following red. Need more, need more. Try to meet all that I can. Lean on me and I'll be there. As we keep trying, we'll find. You're always gonna be there too. Shining down on me, your light, blue moon.
Dreaming forever to find. Now I'm awake.
I need to find tomorrow. Can you take me away and go that top speed of sound? Running through another day. I wanna break away and take the lead.
Do 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 do.
Oh, 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 oh. As we're stuck on every day. No sun to rest would be okay with me.
Do 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 do.
Every day is okay. Taking it step by step. We'll always move ahead. Our love is following red. Need more, need more. You fall down 7 more times. I'll be there 7, 8, 9. As we keep trying, we'll find. You're always gonna be there too. We're always singing the same tune. Every day from now on.
Alright. Almost done.
So just like I'll make everything better. Show me you'll be with me forever. Then our happy days will never be granted. 'Cause even if it never ends, I know it's true you want me dead. I'm afraid that flowers wilting away when I don't get to say goodbye. And maybe there's a chance that I can save them one more time, but I'm a liar. Lying to me, I'm a liar. Lying to me, oh, I'm a liar. 'cause I'm a liar. No hiding from me. No hiding from me. Don't you wish that things could go exactly how you want it? I'd be exactly how you want me. Selfishness is a dirty little sinner, but for you it's my priority to know things could go exactly how you want it. Won't be exactly how you want me. Use what's left of my dirty personality. I'm all yours, I'll do anything. So can I find you everything better? Show me you'll be with me forever, even if it's hard to hate to let me from the start. Happy days will never be can say no, you won't have to go and sit, even if it never said. I know it's true, you want me dead. Things could go exactly how you want it, and I could be exactly how you want me to be. But I know I'll never be the one, and when farewell is said and done, it's probably best for everyone if I'm never seen again. But I know that's ridiculous. You don't gotta tell me why I'd never be safe. Then sorry, and sorry for all I
Man, the chat was like really crazy, like when the first stream started, and then it just sort of slowly died.
don't you wish that shooting stars could run from other wishes? You'd leave me bleeding with a vicious. Selflessness is a devastating demon, but for you it's all I can do. I know things could go exactly how you want it. I'd be exactly how you want me. Use what's left of my body as identity. I'm all yours, I'll do anything. So can I find you everything better? Show me you'll be with me forever, even if it's hard to hate me from the start. Happy days will never be content. Now you know I'm not content, even if it never said. I know it's true, you want me dead. Oh, painful. My heart is quite unhelpful. I know you'll turn it off for you. I'll be the sacrifice for you. Happy days.
So
Happy days.
Okay, hold on. Just a second here.
いつか重力の鎖を断ち切り君を連れてサテライト君を探してあの街へさまよい歩いた夜の道じわ東に聞こえた声がなぜかとても君の差の見つけた君は赤い瞳何事もないふりをなしにして黒い沼に沈む君を追っておくわけにはいかないいつか重力の鎖を解き放ち空へ飛ぶサテライトそこに行けば体の重さは6分の1君が抱えてる悲しみが少しでも軽くなればそれでいいいつかそこに君を連れて行くよ重力の外へ
Try to get a little more of that breath.
宇宙旅行は無理ですが物理的に高いところへいろいろ 考えてみた結果目指すは港の赤い塔走ってきたふりして胸の鼓動の速さを隠してみたの今日は君の手をすくい上げる権利をもらうよ軌道エレベーターのように雲を抜けて登るよサテライト300メートル登りが少しわからなくなるかもねつまり鼓動を鳴らしだけれど意味が少しでも伝わればいい地上よりも上に連れて行きたいな重力の外へ隠れしてる気持ちは多分慣れているんだろうけれど今はそれ以上君を救いたい恋する太陽の力を借りて白く輝いているお月様同じように頼ってくれませんかいつか重力の鎖を断ち切り君を連れてサテライト辛いことや悲しいことも全部6分の1宇宙船はまだ先だけれどそこにたどり着けるまでの間僕の左手を握っててくれますかいつか重力
I'm just... Everything about the way this bank is aliased is just extremely confusing. At least we're almost done. I think... Okay. I think these are actually supposed to be alternate aliases of each other. Because they start with the same left blink value, and that would make this second alias make sense. Oh no. No! How did I do that? Why does this only happen when I don't want it to? no, that's gonna screw up my whole display. Oh, Jesus. Everything is awful. I'm grouchy. That's terrible. That's a terrible thing that has happened. If anyone knows how to fix that without, like, uninstalling SetParam and then reinstalling it, please let me know. Because it's really fucking annoying. Everything's ugly now. Ah! Everything's ugly now.
Fully status as I be. My kingdom is at peace. A good thing made my peace. Everything is just how it should be. I can say that's why anyone. That's the passion of the voice. It's way to my best, may it says away. But that's not too hard to button under the back and the days. That when we know the evolution, make me have nothing for it. No, you're that you're meant to overthrow me. You are the time I understand, say maybe have nothing for it. I will not want to go the lucky. Let's go and do every place that let's go and more than we have. Do you think would be there? Play to live where and obey.
Shit. Shit. Wait. Oh, I think I see. Yeah. Alright. That's it. It's done. Oh my god. Oh. I'm gonna call it off here. Mostly so I can fix set frame. Also because I'm kinda hungry. But anyways, thank you guys for coming. Sorry about the internet connection. But I will see you all next time. Bye.